So today in this video we are going to see the naming of aldehyde. So what are the aldehyde? They are terminal function group. C double bond OH. They are actually a terminal function group. What are terminal function group? The function group that's terminal functional group. What are the terminal function group which are at the last position of the chain, or we can say with the naming of first position, okay, which are the terminal position of the main carbon chain. Now what are the suffixes we use for them? Suffix we use them al if we include C double bond OH in main chain. If we include that C double bond OH in main chain, then we will be naming it as a aldehyde. Otherwise, if we do not include, we will be naming it as a carbaldehyde. All the terminal function group have a special naming. We call it as a special naming. Aldehyde and carbaldehyde, we call it as a special naming. Now, what the prefix we use? The prefix we use is formine, right? So what is the prefix? Prefix, when it is used as a substituent, when we use the aldehyde as a substituent, then we call it as a prefix. Okay, now continue. How do we name CH3 C double bond OH? We're naming 1 2 ethane 1 on. We will not name ethane. We will be removing the E, because we have seen A, E, I, O, U, Y. Whenever they come consecutive, we have to remove the very first one. Now go on the further naming, further example like CH3, CH2, C double bond OH. What we will be naming out? 1, 2, 3. We will be naming it as a butane 1L. 1L, not all, miswritten, 1L. Or we do not need to mention the aldehyde position. It must be the first position, or we in the more precisely we will be naming it as a butanal. Or we will be removing this E also. Like if I write it as a here we, let's say, give any substituent NO2Cl. Now 1 2, not 1, we will be including that carbon. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Here 3 chloro C and 4 nitro N. So C comes earlier, then we will be naming it as 3 chloro 4 nitro hexanal. 3 chloro 4 nitro hexanal. Now if we look at the more examples, right, CHO, we will be naming it as a ethane 1 2 dial. Okay, 1 2 dial. Now if I give you one more on compound, this, let's say, one more substituent we have 1 2 3 4 5 3 cyclopropyl pent 3 in 1L. Now E and L are coming adjacent. Now we will be opting that E. Now what are the special naming? I have mentioned earlier what are the special naming. Let's say we have CH2 CHO and CH2 CHO on, it is not 2, let's say it is CHO. Now what will be you naming of that compound? what could you name that compound? So how we will be naming that compound? Name that compound. So in that case, we use a special name. We call it as a special naming, or the name we use that carbaldehyde, right? When it is case when we use the special naming. If in journal you see, you will be having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You will be including these two carbon in the principal carbon chain, and third CHO you will be using as a substituent, and you will be naming it as a formyl. So you will be naming it as a in journal you will need 3 formyl pentane 1,5 dial. Obviously, if you do not name the rules of special naming, you will be naming it like this. But this is absolutely wrong. How you will be naming that? Whenever it is symmetry, whenever you have 2 carbon, then you can name. But if it's symmetrical, it is crossing more than 3 carbon, 4 carbon, and 5 carbon. So you will be naming it like propane 1, 2, 3 try carbaldehyde. So the special name we have seen, this is the carbaldehyde of that aldehyde group, carbaldehyde. So where else we could use this name? Like if we have CH, 2 CH, CH2, and all we have CHO. Remember, it must be symmetrical. CHO. Now we will be also naming it as a butane 1, 2, 3, 4 try carbaldehyde. We will be naming it as a 1, 2, 3, 4 tricarbaldehyde. But wait, if you have a compound like CHO, CH2, C, CH2, CHO, CH2, CHO. Now it is, you can't use the special name here because it is not symmetrical. The CHO group has to be attached directly from the principal carbon chain, and it must be continuous. There should not any gap. It must be symmetrical. It must be continuous. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here you will be naming it as a 3 formyl methyl pentane 1, 2 dial. Here this compound you will be naming it as a formyl methyl, right? Where else we use the special name? We use the special name, and it is also directly attached to the cyclic chain. Here we will be naming it as a cyclopropane carbaldehyde. Here you will be naming it as a cyclopropane carbaldehyde. Here you will be naming it as a cyclohexane carbaldehyde. If I take one more example, here it is a CHO, here it is a CHO, and it is CH2, CHO. So you will be naming it like, numbering it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 formyl methyl cyclohexane 1, 4 di carbaldehyde 1, 4 di carbaldehyde. Now if I take one more special case, we have lots of examples. You can make it by your own, or you can look at this. If we use this compound C double bond OH, C double bond OH, and C double bond OH, so you will be naming it as a cyclopropane 1, 2, 3 try carbaldehyde. So remember, suffix we use as a prefix. we use it as a formyl. Whenever we using it a substituent, whenever we using it as a substituent, we will be using formyl. As a suffix, we have two options. When it is a special naming, we will be using it as a carbaldehyde. Whenever we are making it as a normal carbon chain, we use a principal functional group, we will be using the suffix as L.